Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Tonight we have a one-shot, Fallout. It was written by Paul Fricker, and it's from the Blasphemous Tome, issue 4.5. And our game master is the incomparable Matthew Sanderson. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Matthew?
Right, thank you very much, Tom. So it is June 2019, just before, a few months before the world went to shit. Our setting is New England, nice summertime weather, and each of you is connected with a lovely individual who is to the rest of the world, a reputable businessman, Mr. Joseph Moore. Honestly, he doesn't work for the mob. That's all slander and lies. But he knows the five of you. And he contacts you somewhat hastily and arranges a meeting. And he brings you together and informs you pretty bluntly that his daughter, Sally Moore, age 19, who's been living in Boston for some time, called him earlier that morning in the kind of very small hours of the morning when she managed to get hold of a phone, saying that she had been kidnapped by some lunatic and has been held at a house that's just outside of Newborough. It's a place called Westfield's House. And that she hadn't got long to talk, that she can't leave the house because the lunatic that's got her there will know when she tries to leave. So she's now hiding somewhere in that house and has basically begged her father, send help quick. That's where you guys come in. So you've been given the address of this Newfield's house and been told, whatever you go and do, bring her out alive. I don't care about any other fucker in the place. Gun them down, do whatever you need to, get my daughter out of there. So what is this team of professionals that have been sent in there to go and do this little job? We'll start with Hatch and go round.
Well, I think we need to be careful. We need to go in there ASAP, but if we go in guns blazing without knowing what the hell's going on, they could kill her, they could kill us. Honest to God, I'm more worried about them killing her, because if they kill her, then, he'll kill us, Mr. Moore. So we stake it out really quick. We take a good look at what we got. We come at it from different angles, I think.
Gotcha. Right. Next round, Ruby.
Quick and quiet. I'm your girl. And get in and out. B&E's my specialty.
Nice. How about Alfie? Where does your specialties lie?
I wait till someone smarter than me tells me which way to go, and then I'm gonna point the shotgun in that way, and if that doesn't work, I've got a blackjack in my back pocket. And I just need to remember, don't shoot Sally. Yes, got it.
Anyone else is fair game. Right. And Jack, how about yourself?
Jack Lightfoot. I'm a second story man. Rue and I have done a few jobs together. Quiet is the thing. The big guy's blackjack. I find knives are very effective for silent removal of irritating participants and things. So between Rue and me, we could probably case the joint pretty good before the gun guys come in and clean up.
Well, depending on where it is, maybe we don't want to fire any guns because the police and everybody else will come running.
Last of our merry five, Barry.
Yeah, Barry. Sometimes they call me Flash. I'm if there is an electronic security system there, I'll take care of it. If there's any of those fancy doors, anything like that, anything electronic that gets in our way, I'll see what I can do and get through it. And then when it's time to go, I'll make sure we get out of there fast. As far as weapons, I've got a gun, but if I have to use it, it already means we've gone loud.
Right, there's our 5, of which, say, Mr. Moore has put his faith in you that you are going to be able to bring his daughter back quick and in one piece. So,
is it day or night?
It's very early in the morning at the moment. You know that Newborough will probably take you probably about an hour or 2 to get to from here. So you'll be there, if you set off now, you'll be there before midday. You can consider all of your equipment that you would normally have as tools of your honest, law-abiding profession, you will have at your disposal. But is there anything else that anyone wants to try and get hold of, or anything you want to do while you're on the way up there?
Well, one question is, how many of us have met Sally before?
You've probably met her in passing at best. That you know, at least from what little interactions you've had with the boss in terms of his personal side, that she's only 19 years old. She's a student in Boston. Give me a luck roll, actually, to see if you've heard any other specific bits of information about her.
The regular success.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the one thing you do know, that when you kind of think back to the last time you saw her and maybe a snippet that you have information you heard, by now you think she's probably about 4 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
multiple rescue.
That explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And did Joe tell us anything about the lunatic? Did she impart any information about who the kidnapper or kidnappers are?
All that Joe has to pass on to you is that she said the lunatic, so it might only be a singular person.
It might be a singular person of her acquaintance as well.
Mm.
So we have an address, but we don't know.
Yep, she hadn't got much time to talk. She was on the phone very briefly, pretty much enough to say what had happened to her and that she was in need of help and come here quick.
It suggests that there's only one opponent, though. If it's the lunatic, it's not like she's been picked up by a rival gang.
Did Mr. Moore say whether there was a ransom?
He didn't mention anything about a ransom.
Do we know anyone who goes by that street name, the lunatic? Anything like that? Ring any bells?
No one that calls themselves the lunatic, at least none that you're aware of.
Well, doesn't it seem a little bit obvious to everybody what might be going on here? The lunatic's her boyfriend who got her pregnant, and Dad's pissed off about it. He wants us to go in there and take care of it.
I mean,
a really good detective.
That
How'd
could
you
be.
figure all that out?
If it was my daughter and she was 19 and she got pregnant, I'd kill the bastard.
Thing is,
5 people
that's
seems like a bit overkill, right?
that's the obvious answer. Which, hey, sometimes the obvious answer is the answer, but there could be more here than that.
Could be.
Yeah, and if I had a 19-year-old daughter and some lowlife knocked her up, I wouldn't call in 5 friends. I'd go there myself.
I was just about to say, I don't know if I would call in 5 Bavar type to deal with it if my pregnant daughter ran away.
You might be right. It would be easier just to deal with it yourself.
Yeah, or I mean, shit, you could maybe even get involved with the cops it's depending on the kind of guy you are. I'm just saying,
no cops. Come on, man.
No, I'm saying if some guy ran away with your daughter,
but we're going to be there.
Never mind. Anyway,
we're going to be there fairly early in the day. Well, noon. You suppose they're going to order food?
Ooh. Well, that's only if you think they haven't gotten food. You think they don't got food there already?
They might. Depends on whether the lunatic knows how to cook or whether he makes her cook.
Yeah, hey, I can imagine maybe she's chained up to the old stove because he's got a traditional family thing, the lunatic. I'm going to look at the address on my phone app and see what kind of neighborhood it is, how much we got to worry about close proximity, etc.
Okay, give me if you're doing it on your phone, give me a library. Not library's computer use roll.
We could pose as a pizza boy.
Uber Eats.
I
Yeah.
Missed it by-
I did some pizza deliveries.
just 52.
You'll spend a couple of points to make it a success.
I missed it by 52. I think
Oh,
that would
you
be
missed-
exorbitant.
You missed it by
margin.
52. Okay. Bringing it up just on Google is not too difficult. So you do that. It's just you don't get any other information about the place. The thing is nice and isolated. It's a house that it just has the name Westfields. Looks like it's, from what you can tell, it's been there a little while. This isn't a new build by any means. The house is a fair number of years old. Say surrounded by woods on most sides. There's a single track road that goes up to it. It's got a long winding driveway. There's a main road a bit off in the distance, maybe like half a mile away from there. So gunshots and the like might be heard by someone out walking about, but you are out almost in the middle of nowhere. It would have to be someone out walking in the middle of nowhere for them to hear anything. Just people driving by in a car probably won't hear it over the sound of the engine.
Yeah. So we've got good news for privacy, bad news for sneaking up on them.
True.
Driving up that lane and anything, you'd have to be.
So
in
can
the
you actually see
cellar.
a picture of the house on Google,
Like the street view.
on the street view?
It's surrounded
I'd
by
say yes,
woods.
because I have a handout for that. So
Is it- Okay.
See
Yeah,
if she's in one
admittedly
of the
won't be a-
windows. See if she's in one of the windows, guys.
They don't go by every day taking pictures. for street.
No, I'm
Oh.
just thinking, what they might have a basement. If we see the basement opening on the side of the house, might be a way to get in the house, make a little noise. Meow. I mean, you're the cat burglar, but little meow. Guy comes downstairs and you whack him.
I mean, this won't be the same kind of artistic quality that you get with Google Street View, but this is the kind of the kind of way the house looks. So it just goes up the drive, and you can see that the drive goes pretty much up to the front door.
But that's trees all around the back,
Trees. Yeah.
so we can sneak up a little bit.
Yeah, so the trees almost encircle the house. It is out in the woodlands itself, just in this clearing.
All right, so
Yeah, so it's kind of figured.
yeah, might even be a trellis going up the back up onto the second floor.
Unless they get a hankering for pizza or something, I don't really think they're gonna be getting much deliveries out here. But I think there's another way in.
Yeah.
I think perhaps even if we can't necessarily sneak up on them, I just think going in quickly and quietly is definitely the move.
Yeah, that should.
By
be
the time
in
they
trouble.
realize it, it'll be too late.
Yeah, I just think we might need to park outside of that drive and move in through the forest,
Sure.
because basically we want to get the lunatic when he's not actually manhandling the girl. And if anybody comes up, he's going to, pull out his weapon and grab a hold of his hostage, right?
And if we
You know,
want
so-
even, so go ahead.
I was going to say it's a little crude, but if we could keep our eye on the toilet window, and because even lunatics have to use the shitter once in a while, and that could be a moment when we, and everybody moves in.
Does anyone
Isn't
else
the
want to
boss-
do any research about the place, or looking for any more specific details about it?
I mean, I
It had
guess
a name.
Did
Yeah.
she say she's hiding in the house?
Yeah, she's still inside.
So
We could
She's-
just go up and shoot whoever opens the door, because it
she's
won't be
hiding from the
her.
lunatic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say this place had a name? Like it's called something, right?
Yeah,
Westfields.
Westfields. He might have caught her up by now and have her. We don't want to. We just got to make sure she's not get shot.
I'll look it up. Westfield.
So as far as
Give me-
like, go ahead.
Go, yeah, give me a computer use roll. And then Barry.
I was just gonna say, yeah, as far as like following up on what we kind of did with the Google Street View, I'm assuming like they have some of the roads, like they have maps. Is there another road or a spot that we can looks like that we can stash the car nearby?
Yeah, and the easy thing would be anywhere along that kind of country road.
Right.
You could just pull off into the forest or into the woods, and then make sure that it just looks like you've either parked up or broken down or whatever,
Right.
and be far enough away that you can still walk towards the house.
Yeah, because I'm thinking then my plan would be to once I know that we're in and the others are getting her, I could potentially double back and then go get the car and have it ready so that when we do get her, we're just out there as soon as possible.
Yeah, no luck on the Google search.
They didn't have great computer classes in my juvie.
My phone's
I'll
a
give it
piece
a
of
shot.
shit. Barely have any service here. So
I'm more hardware than software, but I'll give it a try. I will. Should I roll for that? Hold on. Do I have that down here? I do. Okay, I will spend 9 luck to make that a regular success on the computer use.
Okay. Right. You start then by, first of all, having a look at things like if the house is, or at least maybe has been sold in the last few years, if you go on some sites, they might have things like floor plans there.
Okay.
And indeed, you find that the place does have a listing on I know the equivalent in the UK would be Zoopla. I'm not sure if that they have
Zillow
Yeah,
or something.
Zillow.
Yeah.
The thing at least I was thinking of is it also gives you an idea of when the house was last sold, and it says that it was last purchased 5 years ago.
Okay.
And you get a few things. You get the floor plans. So you've got 3 floors. That's the ground floor, where you've got the main entrance at the front. So then you've got quite a big floor plan in terms of the building itself. So plenty of rooms. You've got library, living room, dining room, sunroom. You can tell they've obviously got, it's a lot, an expensive place if they've got a sunroom
nice.
of all things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the family room. Then immediately above that, in terms of the footprint of the house, you've got an upstairs balcony, 3 bedrooms up there, plus 2 bathrooms off there.
Big old closet.
Yep. And then upstairs from there, so the 3rd floor, you've got 2 bedrooms and storage.
Does this show what kind of this or the picture? Does it show what kind of balcony it is?
Just a large, flat, open air place.
So
is it put a few?
Is it columns or like
There's no overhang. So it's what you literally just set like a table and chairs up there, and you get to sit down and admire the view, the view around you.
So
would there be a way?
Second floor is not as big as the first. Yeah.
Yeah. Would there be a way to scale up that and to get to the balcony?
There could be a trellis or something with roses or flowers or something growing up it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's immediately above the library on the ground floor. So it's solid walls on the 3 floors, on the 3 walls beneath it. So in theory, you could climb up. But another thing that comes up is when you do the search for West Fields, is that you find references to old newspaper articles where this search comes up, and you're able to ascertain the following.
The bodies of 2 police officers and 5 gang members were found dead at Westfields, a house near the town of Newburgh, after a raid by the DEA on a drug ring 49 years ago. A number of gang members were picked up and prosecuted, including Todd McKenzie, who was jailed, then later transferred to Arkham Sanatorium. One of the deceased officers had received crushing blows, while others had been struck with whips or similar weapons. The body of 2 officers were never found. What the fuck?
That was 49 years ago?
Yep,
Yeah,
so 1970.
Some kind of 70s DEA crackdown with whips and crushing weapons and stuff that makes bodies disappear.
Well, the 70s was kind of a kinky time, so.
I know, but bodies disappearing?
This is good because that means the lunatic's probably really old.
I don't think
Wait,
the forensics were.
Hold on, you think this guy was involved? The
I
house
guess
was,
they could have sold the house. Yeah.
Yeah, because the house was purchased 5 years ago.
5 years
it's
ago.
like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, It's kind of an interesting coincidence that a lunatic buys a house that has a criminal history that involves
Ooh, I don't like
unrecovered
this.
corpses.
I got a bad feeling.
Uh,
Let's
I
just
bet
do it
there's a
in and out, quick.
filled-in well or something with a couple of dead cops in it.
I'm not worried
Somebody-
about all that.
Somebody did a gold cask of Amontillado in the basement, but somebody sealed up in the wall.
What the hell is that?
Oh,
It's
good
the-
God! You haven't read
Edgar Allan Poe. It's the one about the dude who gets sealed in the
You
wall.
seal
It's
your
really
victims up in a wall. It's a really. I've been wanting to try that for some time. I always wanted to, and then I remember Debbie. How could I forget Debbie?
good. Wait, you what? Never mind.
Not-
I don't want to know.
nothing.
What the hell are
I
we
don't wanna
talking
know.
about
I don't
Poe
want to know.
right
Never mind.
now?
Anyway, okay, so
This house does not have a cellar, despite its age and location.
Yeah, you did not see any indication on that little street view image.
I
You
mean,
didn't
every
see any
house in Long
indication.
Island has a cellar.
Maybe the
Well, this is
cellar
in
got
Massachusetts.
sealed up with the people
New
inside
England.
with them. You know, maybe that's our clue.
What's the clue? We have a job. Get the girl. Get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I agree. Just go in and get out.
Unless she's hiding in the cellar.
She's probably hiding in the attic or one of those really big closets. You see the size of the closets on that. What a nice closet to have in your house. Why has he found her? See, she was hiding when she called her dad, but he could have found her since then. So,
it's a big house.
honest to God, she could have gotten out by then.
Why didn't she call him back
There's
then?
there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's true.
There's also nowhere to go.
Well, when you're in the house with a lunatic, the only way to go is away.
Well, yeah, but if
Yeah.
I think if waiting for rescue is better than trudging through the woods when you're gonna fucking die before you get somewhere.
I wonder what Joe told her about the rescuers.
Joe, you're on first name basis with Mr. Moore now, are you?
When he's not in the room, it's
Uh,
easier to keep track. If
Big
I'd said
Joe.
more, it could have been Sally.
We probably could have extrapolated from what you said. Who you're talking about. I'm sorry, I'm being silly. All right, let's just get this fucking thing done.
Yeah. We all had our rest interrupted after all. And
I'm upset that we're getting there at noon. I'd like to be there in the dark, but I don't want to wait now for the dark. Could be too late.
It's one bozo. How hard's it going to be, right?
Yeah, and I gotta work tonight.
right.
So time. Okay.
Are we gonna all take our own cars, or are we gonna take different cars, or what are we gonna do?
Too many
Who are we gonna
cars.
do?
Real suspicious, right? If he has any kind of surveillance up the road.
no, we're in one SUV that's probably owned by the organization. Room enough for her. Room enough for a lunatic
Big
hostage
trunk.
if we need.
Yeah. Big trunk.
As the secondhand car salesman amply puts it, look at the trunk on that. You can fit 3 bodies in there.
Did we have any specific instructions regarding the lunatic, or did he not care overly much?
He didn't really care, but he'd probably give us a bonus if we brought the lunatic to him alive so that he could do the job himself.
And you know that he will soon to be spending the rest of his life in short, agonizing pain. Would give him a good degree of satisfaction.
Yeah. Fuck with his daughter.
Mhm. Maybe literally, you don't know.
We'll see. Yeah.
Right. In which case, a couple of hours pass, and you head up there in your nondescript mafia wagon number 3, and pull up a little way short of the tie enough for the driveway. You can easily stash it off the road, park behind a row of bushes, so no one, even if they're passing by on the road, will notice it's there, and you can work the way over to the house on foot. And indeed,
Perfect.
there is the clearing. It's kind of oval, the clearing, so it's got more of an open patch towards the east side of the house. So the forest edge comes in closer on the north, south, and the west side, but you've got this open space on the east. You can see that the house looks, at first glance, like it might be relatively old. It probably has been there for a good, you think, like 70 years or so on the outside. But there are signs that it's had recent renovation work done, because you can see that all the windows are what look to be fresh new double glazing. The frames have all been cleaned up. You can also see the curtains are also drawn pretty much everywhere. So there's no light getting really into the house, but there's also nothing you can see directly in there either.
Do they look like heavy windows, or are they like these flimsy little wispy things?
No, give me an appraise roll.
And what season is it?
It's summer, it's June.
Yeah, no, I can't tell. I can't tell if there's somebody inside looking out through the gauzy curtains or not. I can't tell what they're.
I mean, even on a fail, you would notice these are not cheap, but they don't stand out to you as being anything particularly of import, other than the fact that you think a little bit of money went into decorating this place up.
I was thinking more on the lines if they were completely opaque.
Oh no, they're not that bad. No, it's they do have regular glass as far as you can tell.
All right, so he can probably be in there looking out and seeing what's going on.
He must have them locked too, because she said she couldn't get out without him knowing. But you could just like crack a window and walk out, I think.
Yeah, that's
Which
why I
might be
worry.
that she's on the second floor.
I think she is on the second. I think she's on the second or third floor from the layout of the house and from what it sounds like. I also think that there probably is a security system, because the house. I know that it's an old house, but it got sold 5 years ago. They probably updated it, so we're probably gonna have to deal with that if we don't want company and then more company.
Yeah.
I look around
Speaking
at the power going into the house.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see? I mean, what looks like some sort of security system?
Yeah, give me a spot hidden roll.
And we're peering in at the house from the woods on the driveway side, where they're kind of close and thick.
Yeah, you can do. There's plenty of places to hide around here, so you don't have to worry about
Yeah,
stealth rolls this early.
I got 67 out of 55, so not.
I give it a shot.
Yeah, certainly. You've all got eyes, so you can all have a look.
Sorry, that was a 1. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Wasted a 1. Yeah,
I know that's my dice. Is you I use up my ones for do I see the thing? Do I open the jar? Like,
right, you notice quite a few things then with a 1. First thing is obviously the phone lines. They go in overground, so you see where there's obviously the poles going up to the house, so they connect in. The power line is almost certainly underground, and there are signs from your expert eye where it looks like the driveway has been dug up at some point and then the cable relayed underground. There is also a security box, like a burglar alarm on the side of the building. However, the light is not alternating back and forth on it. The light is off, implying there might be some kind of problem with it.
Huh.
But yeah, that there is a security system installed. You do not think it's active.
all right, well, something's odd here. It seems like they do have a system, but I explained the light thing. I'm like, it's not active. Something's up.
This might not be the lunatic's house. It might be a place the lunatic knew was empty.
and it also sounds like then from the girl, if she called and she's trapped in the house, she could be in a second story, a third story room, knowing that she can't jump out the window. But at the same time, she can't go through the house down the stairs without getting caught by the dude. He could be in the living room waiting for anything to come down the stairs. But it's not likely that she's on the first floor, because then he'd have caught her. He'd have found her.
Well, it's been hours also since the phone call, so anything could have changed. There are curtains drawn on most of the windows, and most of the windows are closed, and it's June. Does that mean there's air conditioning units built in? Or is there a house. I mean, when the place was renovated recently, they might have put in a house-wide sort of HVAC air exchange thing, which would probably be in the back of the building.
With your 01 from Barry, you do not see any sign of an external aircon unit. You're thinking it's probably going to be fairly warm in there.
Yeah, that's screwy.
So not even central air, or definitely or
If there is any internal air conditioning or climate control, it wouldn't be as effective as like having big units that you can
Right.
see
Yeah,
on the
you
outside.
need a big unit outside somewhere.
so there
Yeah,
so there
it's-
isn't any formal air conditioning.
Yeah,
It's
not
a
that you
little
can see.
screwy.
So it'll take a few minutes to do this, but if we can circumnavigate the house through the woods, what approach would be the least surveyed? I mean, it might be at a corner, so the windows are looking this way, but there'd be fewer windows. Some way we can get up to the wall without being seen or reducing.
Okay. Again, relying on Barry's 01 here, because you have taken in the whole of the exterior. The side of the building which has the least amount of windows on it is the eastern side, because there's nothing on that
Right.
side of the garage. In fact, apart from the roll-up three, because it's a 3-bay garage, the 3 roll-up doors that mark each of the bays, there's no
Right.
windows on that side. But, because there's always a but, there are windows, or one single window rather, on the 3rd floor that overlooks the garage entirely and gives you that view of that side of the house. It's also the side of the house where is that there is that largest gap of open ground where the driveway snakes through. So it's a trade-off. It's more open an approach, so you have to dart across there quickly, but there's only one window that anyone can possibly see you coming at from that side of the house.
And it's going to
not-
be. Go ahead.
I was say it's not facing the front of the house, which
Right.
if I was looking for somebody coming, I'd be looking in that direction.
Yeah, and if it's midday now and it's June and it's 88 degrees on the ground floor, then on the 3rd floor of an unair conditioned building, it's 112 degrees up there.
Right.
Your eyeballs would melt before you could see anything. Now, I'm a good climber. And this is often how I go into buildings where I have not officially been invited.
What
if I could, yeah,
what if some of us come from the top, some of us come from the bottom?
Mm.
we only got one bozo. We just want to give him as little warning as possible to grab the daughter.
Well, it's not likely he's sitting in the garage. So, yeah, if we can get in through the garage. Is there a window into the garage?
There are 2 of them, and both on the south-facing side of the garage. But that is also the front of the house where the main entrance is.
Right. Okay. But if we come in from the east, get up against the wall, and then scoot along, even if we're on the south side, he wouldn't be able to see. We'd be against the wall.
Mhm.
And then we could get in through the windows there.
You
I'm not
want
much of
me
a
to-
climber, so
Yeah. Rue, do you want me to just go knock on the door? You said there's like people going up from there and down below. I could just go knock on the door if you need a distraction.
I don't want him. I don't want him to know we're even here. You know.
Oh, okay.
What if Jack
Yeah.
and I went up from the top, and the 3 of you went in from the garage? We just take it from there. Meet
and
in
if
the
he's a
middle.
lunatic, he might just shoot the girl. Well, if he's got the girl, he might shoot her the second you knock on the door.
I will give one last extra freebie to Barry here with his 01. As this takes into to account you having gone round the house. As you come back pretty much to where you started in your
Right.
formulating your plan of attack, You happen to notice that there's signs on the ground of someone's been walking around out here. You can see that there's a few twigs that have been broken. There's a few discarded, what look to be like candy bar wrappers dropped around. So someone's been littering. And also that's the signs of someone's taken a piss up against one of the trees. Yeah, there's someone been out and about around here, loitering out in the woods.
Wet? Is it still wet? The piss against the trees?
It'll be damp, so it's that someone hasn't like done it in the last 5 minutes. It's probably been about an hour.
Last hour.
Huh.
Yeah.
We need to move then. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe he's
No.
out and around looking for the girl if he can't find her. You know.
Might be
Maybe
more
sit-
than just him.
Maybe he set traps for us out here.
You didn't see anything while you were going around the house, so either you got really lucky.
Yeah. All right. Rue, I'll give you a lift up onto the end of the garage and
Yeah.
pull up after you.
Mhm.
And I'll scoot around towards the windows.
I can help if you need anything like that.
All right, let's do this.
Right, so group number one that are going towards the garage, hands up. Okay,
It's
so
just
just
me.
Hatch, you
Oh,
rush across.
Well, I
to
think
the-
there's a
go.
confusion. Sorry,
Oh,
there's one
I'll go.
group going in the garage and one group's going on top of the garage to go
To
inside.
go up.
I'm
yeah.
gonna say you're all going there, but then you're splitting up when you get
Correct.
there. Okay.
Yes.
So rushing across to the garage, then your choice of either stealth or dex.
Oh, good. I like that choice because my dex is really high and my stealth is not.
The flash be the flash. I got 10.
I'll spend the single point of luck.
I'm quick.
I got an 84.
That was mean to go
I'll
on, yeah.
I'll have to spend 14 luck to pass.
Do you want to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay. Okay, so you dart like a gazelle across the ground. Anyone else?
Alfie tripped over his shoelace again.
Yeah, I'm just huffing and puffing. All the rest of you make it. I don't want to spend 31 points of luck to make it.
How much? So that sounds like it was a particularly bad fail, was it?
It was a 91.
Okay, I'll be I've had the nice moment where I've been with the kind GM with all your benefits of your one. Alfie, give me a luck roll.
Yes, 12.
Okay, you do not drop the shotgun or accidentally blast it as you fall down, kind of announcing your presence to the world, as it were. So yeah,
Oh, shit.
It doesn't go off.
I'll help him get. I'll help get him up and to the wall when I see he falls.
He stands, he brushes some grass off, and yeah, you have to be like, no, Alfie, come on.
Fuck up! Shut the fuck up, man!
You arrive at the garage. You are unaware whether you've been spotted or not, but definitely there's no sign from the house that anyone inside is doing anything. Right, and you've got one group that want to go over the top of the garage, and one group round the side. So who's going up? Okay. Right. Do you want to? Those of you that are going up, do you want to give me climb rolls?
All right.
And I believe, did someone say you were going to help boost? Them
Yeah,
up
like
as well?
one boost and then one pulls.
Yeah, I was
pulls
going
up.
to give Rue a little bit of a lift up. Do you want
Okay,
me to do a strength for that?
Don't worry about that, but you can get a bonus die, each of you, for the effective the combined assistance. So yeah, bonus die to each of your rolls for climbing up there.
We're good.
Was that a hard or? I got a hard on the dot.
Right, you
I
are
just spend a little
able
bit
to.
of luck, but I'm good.
Yeah, you're able to scale up onto the top of the garage without any issues whatsoever. Then it's got the roof that goes across the connecting part of the house that runs over to what will be the family room and the dining room. And then immediately in front of you are is the wall that would be into the two bedrooms on the second floor, but there's no windows on that face.
Right. That's the one single third floor window. So that's where I'm
Yeah.
going to try to boost Rue up again. If any window's not going to be locked, it's going to be on the third floor, and the old servants or kids' rooms.
All right, in which case, Rue, again with the bonus dice being helped lifted up, give me a climb roll to get to that window.
We're good.
Okay, right, we'll go cut back to you in a sec then, but you are at that window. So back down on the ground floor, what are the remaining pair doing?
We're scooched around to the side
Yeah.
where the windows on the garage are. Are they locked?
Give me a luck roll.
I just lost half my luck. 98.
Always the way it goes.
98. They're not
They are
only
most-
locked, they're electrified.
They are most
Hi.
certainly locked, jammed. Yeah.
I can see inside though, can't I?
Oh yeah, you can see inside. There is only one car in there. Looks like a relatively posh looking. So what kind of car would he have? Yeah, it's gonna be a relatively posh Tesla.
Okay.
So I actually have a thought that I'm gonna like very quietly bring up to you two. I'm like, I actually got an idea. I usually wouldn't be about this, but since we got the others already going in, I wouldn't mind it. I could try to open the garage door.
Yeah, do it really quietly.
Well, I mean, it's gonna make a noise. Wait, you mean? Oh, I guess we could manually pull it open, but that might be more noise than the machine.
I could try lifting it. It's pretty easy, I bet.
All right, yeah. I mean, let's see. Let's see if the two of us can just lift it up. Otherwise, I can try and hotwire the box. If there is one, that is.
It might make a pretty loud noise if that machine inside goes up. But yeah, if we can lift it manually and quietly.
Well, and worst case, we make a noise and they come to us, and it gives the other two a better opportunity to get behind them.
Yeah, technically, we only have to raise it up about like that.
Yeah.
Scoot underneath it.
All right, yes, I guess me and Alfie are going to try to carefully start lifting the garage up if we can.
Okay. In which case, one of you can take the lead on it, and we'll have a bonus die for the assistance of the other. If you get a hard success, you'll be able to do it without making any noticeable amount of noise. A regular success will make at least get it open, but will make a degree of noise in the process. Fail won't. Depending on what happens, might end up making a shed load of noise and not even opening it, depending if you fumble.
All right, I assume I'm helping you, big bouncer man.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So this is with a bonus. Oh, he doesn't even need it. 25 under 80. So hard already. We'll see. Yeah, 25.
Sure. Muscles of iron here. Reach down, grab the bottom of the door, and then very controlled but firmly start lifting it up. So you're doing this nice and slow. You can just about hear the kind of grinding of the wheels on the other side, up above, where it starts to curl in, starts to turn.
As soon as they get it up about like that, I'll drop on the ground and I'll roll inside, and then I'll hold it up for them to roll inside.
Right.
Thanks, Hatch.
You are in.
And then I let it go and it goes.
Right. As mentioned, inside you have this, what looks to be quite a, not brand new, but probably only about a year or two old Tesla. So quite an expensive car that's in there.
Where are the people that live here? Does a lunatic live here?
Alfie's gonna go over, look in the car, and then look under it to see if Sally's there.
No, no one else in here. The room is, in terms of the kind of floor as well, there's not even like oil stains on the ground. It doesn't look as though there's been like any car work done in here or anything, any major work done in the place at all. Everything's been kept relatively well kept and well tidied. Yeah, it just feels odd. This doesn't have the impression of being like a lunatic's place at all. In fact, everything seems quite normal, or maybe OCD levels of clean, perhaps. But anyway, about that time is when Ruby gets to the window, upstairs. Give me a spot hidden roll to see if you can see anything through the little crack that you've got in the in the
Curtains.
I'm staring at that's what I was going to say. I'm staring at a pair right in front of me. I can't remember what the word is, but yeah, there's a little gap in the curtain.
An 06. So yes, that's an extreme.
Right. Yeah, you're looking into the bedroom up there. You can see there is a bed. This looks like a guest room. This doesn't look like a master bedroom. It's been set up very much like a guest room. That you can see there's a plain wardrobe off on one side. There's a shelf that's got a row of books on it that looks almost more for decoration than it does for kind of practical use. There's a nightstand on one side, and then tied up on the bed is a female figure. She is most certainly not 19 years old. She looks in her probably late 30s, early 40s, perhaps. But yeah, he's currently tied up on the bed. Arms bound behind her, legs also tied up. Lying very still, so you can't really tell anything about her face because she's looking away from you.
The fuck? Hey,
What
I
do you
think
got?
this guy must have. I think he must have found the owner of the house or something. There's a woman tied to the bed, but not a 19-year-old. Come look. Or is he like boosting me? I didn't know if there's not like a shelf. Is there?
Yeah, there's a shelf you can grab hold of.
Okay. Well, sorry, like not a landing that I could like stand on though, right? I'm sorry. I was trying to understand the structure, I suppose.
What's your size?
75.
You would find it a bit difficult to
Height, yeah.
to
Okay.
stand on the thing.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'll just
Right.
describe it to Jack then. There's a woman
Yeah.
chained to the bed, but she's not. This isn't a kid.
Is she sweating?
I don't know what's the. She's not. I can't really see her. She's faced away from me. You know.
You did roll an 06 though, yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell that the bed sheets are soiled around her midsection. She has probably been on the bed for quite some time and relieved herself on it.
Damn, this dude just left her up here.
I'm
chained up.
wondering
We
if
should probably
she's
help her.
if she's already kicked and we can make noise, or whether she's going to start screaming if you open the window.
Ah, shit, you're right.
Also, if she's been up there for any length of time and she is kicked, it's going to be a maggoty surprise
Oh,
in
yeah.
there.
It's gonna be nasty. But look, she's chained to the bed. If someone comes through the window, surely she's not gonna think we're someone to hurt her. I don't know.
Can you
She's
see?
probably dehydrated and a mess.
Can you see if she's got a gag around her mouth?
She's turned away
That you-
from me. Oh yeah.
But you would see where it goes round
Ah.
the head, and yes, she does have.
Well, give the window
Well,
a try then, and
Yeah.
we'll see how bad it is.
Okay. Well, the lunatic is not expecting anyone to come in through the most highest window in the house. The window's open, so you were able to pull it open, and you are able to clamber inside. Give me a stealth roll though, as you. Well, in fact, both of you, because I imagine
Yeah,
Jack's
I'll
going
pull
through
him up,
eventually
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 13.
So Ruby's like a ghost.
Oh, for hell. 95.
Jesus
Jack
Christ,
is like
Jack.
Jack is like a bull in a china shop. Then as he comes on inside. Right, that will most certainly wake the slumbering figure on the bed. So yeah, you could and fall over the place. At which point, this figure on the bed twitches and rolls around.
Yeah, I'm running to like put my hand over her face, like shh, we're here to help you. Shh.
Okay, you turn her over. She looks a little bit thin, but not massively so. It's not like she's being tied up here. You don't think for a massive period of time.
Mhm.
But yeah, she's just a little thin in her face. She feels weak, even just by putting her hand over her face. But she's also gagged.
Mhm. Look, I'm going to take my hand away, and we're going to untie you. Can you stay quiet, please? Great, thank you. I'm gonna start doing everything.
Okay, yeah, and she kind of gasps. It's like, thank God. Where did you come from?
That window. Look, are you the owner of this house or something? Like,
You mean you're real?
Yeah, lady. It's your lucky day. We're angels of mercy. Is this your place?
God no, I don't live here. The lunatic. He grabbed me when I was out in the town, and the next thing I know, he got like a hanky round the mouth, and the next thing I know, I wake up in here.
All right. Very good. We're gonna get you a glass of water. You're gonna have to massage your limbs and stuff. We have to hurry and be as quiet as we can. What does this lunatic look like?
He looks a mess. It doesn't look as though he's changed clothes for God knows how long. Stinks of BO and sweat, and that he hasn't showered probably in as long. Early mid-30s perhaps. A beard that's got bits of food all stuck in it. He looks like he's just let himself go. But I don't know what else is going on in this place, but I've heard some fucked up shit coming from in this place.
Yeah, I believe that. You were shopping, you said? Were you in Newburgh when he picked you up?
Yeah, just in town.
Go on, Room.
you have any idea how many other people are here?
Oh, I don't know how many other people, but I've heard screams, I've heard gunshots, and something. Her eyes go kind of wide as if she's almost isn't believing what she's about to say. Something stomping around and screaming, and I don't know, something inhuman, making some really, really fucking scary sounds. And as she says that, maybe her as well, but her attention is drawn to you two as she's giving this description. Notice it almost seems like the air in the room itself changes, as if someone right behind you just blew out a big billow of cigar smoke. It almost kind of sets off a memory somewhere deep from your childhood. The kind of like the cigars maybe a parent or relative of your, or like a grandparent of yours used to smoke. It goes touches something, because smells and tastes have this habit of being connected with memory. It evokes something from the kind of back of your memory in your mind, and almost as soon as that smell starts to permeate the room, it's gone.
The door is closed, I assume, to this small bedroom.
It is.
And she's bound in like clothesline or
Rope.
Rope. All right. So it's something where I can use my knife and a few judicious snaps.
Yep. Hack it away.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, lady. What do we call you?
She quickly thinks. Shelley Compton.
Right, Shelley. Now it's gonna be uncomfortable when the blood comes back in, right? Sit here, stay quiet. We're gonna get the guy, and then you'll know when it's safe to come out. All right. I don't want you getting shot, running around the house in a panic.
Right. This is going to sound maybe weird. I'm diabetic. If you find anything downstairs that's kind of sugary, I'm going to need something before I get out of here, because I can feel my levels are pretty damn low.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. Did you have a kit with you when they picked you up?
If my bag's around here anywhere, I haven't seen it.
All right, we'll keep an eye out. Otherwise, we'll get you a Snickers. Hang tight.
Like, yep, she nods and starts rubbing her wrists and round her feet. And that's about when we'll cut down to the garage. So you three have got inside, found this lovely clean garage, and you've got the door that leads into this connective part into the house. Toilet immediately on the left, storage on the right, and then beyond that, the rest of the house.
my first thought is like just kind of listening in and maybe even putting my ear up to the door. Do I hear anything from the rest of the house?
Give me a listen roll.
Right. Gotta have a good ear if you don't want to be the wheelman. Getaway driver. 23, that's hard.
Okay. Yeah, about this time you hear a clang, bang, 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 bang upstairs of Jack going through the window. But you don't hear anything else in response to that.
But we don't know that's what it was.
No, I'm like, it's something happened upstairs. Could have been, our friends. Could have been something else, but I didn't hear any response to it. So I don't know.
Is the door unlocked?
The door into the rest of the house, yes.
We're in the garage. Is the door on exactly the same level as us, or is it a little bit above, like a step up?
There are 2 steps which are even on the map.
Okay. I'm gonna hunker down onto my hands and knees on the steps and look under the door to see if I can see anything.
Okay. You might get lucky from that angle. So yeah, give me a spot hidden roll.
45 is but pass it's a regular pass. I got 55. It's 45.
The immediate corridor that runs over to the family room, nothing in there. Beyond the family room, there's the open kind of doorway. It's not a door that goes through into the kitchen. You think you see a shadow moving in the kitchen.
I think there's somebody in the kitchen. Gotta be careful. We're a ways away. The kitchen's a ways away, so we're really quiet.
What's the play? We make a move?
But do you want me to just go in and shoot him?
No. Not shoot him.
Just
You can shoot him in the
don't
leg.
go shoot him? Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that.
No. Can you like something quiet, not bang bang?
Yeah.
I guess I could hit him.
You hit him with that?
Oh no, I've got a blackjack.
Yeah, just
I guess.
all right. I'll cover your back.
Okay.
All right. So we'll very, very quietly. And if it starts to go, we're going to stop.
Okay, you are being quiet and cautious. Give me a stealth roll.
Okay. I look around. Is there any WD-40?
All right, before then you open the door, you can give me a spot hidden roll.
62. I'd have to spend. I don't want to spend any more luck.
All of us, or just Tatch?
If you are taking another look around the room, I mean, you've already taken the room in once, but if for whatever reason you decide you're going to have another look round, you can give me another spot hidden roll.
Yeah, I'm going to glance back as before following Jack. But not enough.
You have a quick cursory glance. But
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
All right. So I rolled. It's going to make noise, or it's.
Okay, then I'm not going to spend luck on.
Yeah, it's a little squeaky.
Okay. How much do you fail by?
I got a 98.
Oh, okay. So
I
if
think that's
roll
my
100
second
on
98 for the evening.
There's a chance if I roll 100, then that I might completely mess up. No, 23. Actually, my dice seem to like me. So you squeak open the door, and you hear a kind of sound from somewhere down near the kitchen.
You hold up your hand, Alfie. It gives you a little high five.
Well, yeah, go. All right.
And if you stand still for a moment, you don't see that anyone coming towards you. You just hear a kind of grunt, as if maybe he's decided that nothing's really. He didn't hear anything in the first place. But then you start hearing this weird sound again, or not again, actually, the weird sound that you now hear for the first time with the door being open. It sounds like cutting, but then also some sound of metal, maybe like as if someone's got a big knife that they're trying to cut a chopping board up with. That it sounds almost like metal woodwork being done, but something else is something maybe softer and wetter is being cut up before that.
Alfie hearing that goes, puts his blackjack away and gets the shotgun. Got a knife.
Right, you're all gunned up or
Yep.
armed up and going inside.
Yep. Very
I'm probably just
quietly.
going to watch their back for now and try not to have to go loud, but ready if we need to.
Okay. You step into the hallway, and at that point, just as you get within that connective area just outside that door, you can hear the sounds, or not blatant sounds, but actually looking at the description, no, you hear blatant sounds, actually. It seems like outside you can hear the sound of people coming down the driveway towards the house. So you hear footsteps crunching on gravel, and what even sounds like someone with a guitar that is strumming along, kind of just idly playing music as they're walking along. It sounds like there's a number of people outside. There's a small group of people approaching the house.
Can
What do you
we
do?
see out a window or?
Well, there are the
Yeah.
two windows on the other side. If you look back, peek back into the garage and look out, and yeah, looking out because the driveway passes that side of the garage on the way up to the front door. Yeah, there's a bunch of about 20 people that are seemingly coming along the driveway. A lot of them dressed in quite loud clothing, like very hippie kind of attire, like tie-dye shirts and the like. Some of them with headbands, say, round their head. Couple of them have backpacks slung over their shoulder. Some of them have what look to be like sleeping bags or bedrolls rolled up over the top of them, like they've been outside for quite a while or got rudimentary camping gear. And there's a lady at the front that's, again, dressed very like stereotypical hippie that's going towards the house. You can see she's got a map that's in her hand, and she's you can even hear her saying, "Yep, this is the place. This is Westfields."
We got to move. Go. See who's around the corner.
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going inside regardless of the new age group that's turned up outside. Upstairs, say Ruby and Jack. So you're leaving. I keep flicking away from her name.
Shelley.
Shelley. That's it. You're leaving her on the bed, but otherwise alone. And you head out
Yeah,
onto the landing.
I just got a text from Alfie. Lunatic in kitchen. I'm assuming he means lunatic. Guests here. Guests? Yeah. I guess they found more people.
Yeah, don't text him back. He's probably got the Barney theme song on his phone full blast.
Lord Jesus.
All right, so we check the other bedroom up here before we get downstairs. I assume we're going to have bodies everywhere, and any one of them could be Sally.
Right, you're checking the other bedroom up here. Give me a spot hidden roll.
It's a hard for me. Let me double check.
Regular for me.
Yeah, it's a hard.
Okay. Jack doesn't really see anything in here. This is, again, another guest bedroom. But as far as you can tell, hasn't really been used. Ruby, however, does notice the fact that there is a slight indentation in the bed. Someone was here until you think probably early this morning, and then has been taken away.
Does their bed also look like, is there human waste, sweat, does the smell in this room, to indicate someone was there a while?
there's been the sweat, like you could maybe feel like a greaser, maybe for that greasy hair on the pillow, but they haven't been here long enough to have had to vacate their bowels or anything.
Okay.
And there's storage up here too, from the map we found on the phone. Do we want to look in there before we get downstairs? Because
case our
if I
girl's
was Sally,
hiding,
yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Ooh, that sounds like a good time to have this happen then. Okay. Yeah. There is indeed a storage cupboard here. You go straight over to it and just open it up.
Yeah.
Okay. You are met with a gun directly in your face. And there's a girl inside that's, again, wearing very kind of tie-dye shirt, relatively figure-hugging leather trousers, kind of belt around the midsection. Her eyes are wide open, and her hair is matted and kind of sweaty and filthy running behind her. And yeah, she just points the gun in your face, going, "What the? Hang on, are you cops?"
No.
We're here to get people out of the house. We're here to get people out
Put
safely.
the gun down. Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
Very slowly starts to put it down.
Did you get kidnapped? Are you one of the kidnap victims?
Kidnap? What do you mean kidnap?
Well, some people are
Lunatic.
here against their will.
She looks genuinely confused. No.
Well, what are you doing here then?
Give me a psychology roll.
And no. I have base psychology.
I put a little in, but not enough for a 41 to work.
Okay. Yeah, she's looking at you a little oddly, but other than that, you can't really read her expression all that well.
What kind of gun does she have?
It's an old Saturday night special.
Does she look like she knows what she's doing with it?
Even though you failed the psychology roll, I'd say yes, she looks like she knows what she's doing with it.
What shape are her eyes in? Is she dilated? Is she?
Yeah, you think she's probably had something.
Yeah. All right. We're not cops. We're here to find somebody. And you should go and talk to the lady in the guest bedroom. She's had a rough time.
What lady?
Her name's Shelley. Is this your house?
That room right there.
She kind of looks out of the cupboard, and as she turns and looks at the upper landing, you get this kind of wide-eyed look of, well, you can't really see what it is apart from maybe it's just bewilderment, maybe. Just overcomes her, and she can even hear her mutter under her breath, "What the fuck?"
Have you seen anyone else in this house?
I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of cops.
Young girl, look like she might be pregnant.
Young girl. What you mean? You mean Clarissa? She wasn't pregnant.
What's the boss's kid's name? Sally? No, not Clarissa. Okay. Look, why don't you go down to that room right there? There's a very nice woman in there. The two of you stay put. We'll get everyone out of here after we take care of what's going on here. We're not cops. We're just trying to help some people out.
Okay.
Trying to find our friend.
Oh, okay.
Take it easy, drink some water. Be careful with that thing, all right?
Yeah, you got like a snack or something? Our girl, she's not doing so hot.
I didn't think to pick up anything when I came up here.
Okay. That's all right.
But if she needs help, and you're also ready to help her, she kind of cocks the hammer back on the gun and says, I can make sure that if anything comes at us, then I'll be ready for it. Not that I'm sure guns will do much against it, but I can try.
What are you talking about?
You mean you haven't heard anything? I thought. I mean, the thing stomped all over the police car outside. What? You didn't hear it?
I'm sorry. My name's Jack. What's your name?
She kind of looks at you again a little bit kind of quizzically. Dorothy. You can call me Dorothy.
Dorothy, you're not in Kansas anymore. What year is it, Dorothy?
She looks a little bit taken aback. Well, year? Well,
Yeah.
same as it was, the same as it's been all year.
Humorous.
She kind of, again, looks bizarrely at you, but then looks around the rest of the room around you, again, with this kind of look of bewilderment that maybe you're picking up is now, she's not used to this place looking like this. And she focuses back on you and says, 1970?
This woman's tripping out of her mind, Jack. Let's just get her somewhere safe.
Yeah, you and Shelley should both drink a lot of water. It's hot up here. Take it easy. We're not gonna. No more cop cars are gonna get stomped on.
Well, we should have some. I should get some drink. They said, if we did take anything, hydrate. I mean, I know we always get kind of. We've always had a good time around the solstice, but yeah, this is yeah. She cocks the hammer back on the gun and goes into the bedroom.
Maybe you think he's given all these people something. Shelley seemed a little off too, right? You know,
might make it easy to control him if he's got him doped up on something.
They're all hallucinating, something stomping around. No one wants to leave. It makes sense.
How old was that girl?
You think probably early 20s at the absolute most, but definitely older than 19 anyway.
Rue, how does she know about the cop cars getting stomped on?
Yeah, I don't.
That's ancient history.
49 years ago would also be 1970.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe local stories, right? You know, kids talk.
I think we got more than one lunatic. Let's get downstairs.
Yeah.
No gunshots yet. That's a good sign.
You say that. Right. About that time is when you hear a knock, knock, knock on the front door. And from downstairs, you can hear this group of seemingly new age hippies have gone to the front door and just started knocking away at it. As you are pretty much going right by the, he says, trying to bring up the map quick. So this would be, keep pushing the wrong button. As you're kind of in the family room area, just by the entrance into the kitchen.
So we're going to step forward and hold our guns on whatever guy is there with the chopping up bodies.
Oh, you're gonna go directly into the kitchen then?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Give me a SAN roll.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Right. Those of you that fail, then give me a that would be a D6. On a pass, just the one.
That's a 1. Okay.
Okay. Right. So not enough for anyone to flip their shit. But what you find is a rather nice, otherwise immaculate kitchen. Looks like, again, all fairly nice, called marble top counters. Again, a lot of money went into this place. Nice knives in blocks on the side. Admittedly, there is what was up until fairly recently a nice tidy area. There's a stack of pizza boxes and takeaways that are all piled on top of the bin. And then also inside the bin, it looks like someone has been living by takeaway for a little while, and stuff is just kind of spewed over from there. But the main mess is on this little island countertop in the middle of the room. A man that looks like he's probably mid to late 20s has been spread-eagled, almost in Vitruvian Man style, naked, has been then cut from his navel up to his throat, has been opened up, rib cage snapped open. Various body parts have started to be taken out and have been placed around the body. And on various worktop surfaces around him, there are then, say, these chopping boards, which have been covered in blood with various sigils and marks and swirls made in them, with a combination of a couple of severed fingers being used to literally finger paint and carve these odd, what looked, maybe if there is a rhyme or reason to them, or symbols or language into these designs. And a guy that's now moving past the doorway into the kitchen, carrying a knife in one hand and completely covered in gore in the front of him. He doesn't seem to notice you as he's going directly towards the front door. What do you do?
Sick piece of shit. Shoot a bullet right through his head.
Oh, okay. You just outright shoot him.
Well, if Hat's going, I don't mind.
I just had the shock of my life seeing this horror.
I mean, he basically blood eagled somebody.
Yeah.
Like, or the less finesse version of that. Just oh god. Sorry, you shooting him?
I shoot right past his shoulder and out the window, I guess.
Oh!
I failed.
You rolled that well, eh?
I was shaking when I did it.
Okay, I think this is a good opportunity for me to also have something else happen then. You bring the gun up, maybe slightly quivering because of the sight you've just seen. You pull the trigger, and then boom, the guy obviously kind of flinches away from you, having this boom go off in his ear. And then all around you, there is this cacophony of gunshots. You can see the walls just start getting peppered with bullet holes left, right, and center. You can see frames of pictures that are on the wall. The glass erupts as where they've just had a hole punched through them and they fall off. Bits of plaster start blowing away. Decorations on shelves erupt in little explosions and send bits and pieces of porcelain all over. You are in the middle of a hail of gunfire. Can I have a luck roll from everyone?
Yeah, I'm gonna dive, but oh, did I pass?
Oh,
no, I didn't pass.
I got an 8, so yes.
Hatch and Alfie, please roll me a D10.
Sorry, guys.
And every time you say roll a D10, I look everywhere for that D10 dice.
And you're like, where is the
I've got to have it around here somewhere.
2.
4.
Okay. In which case, Hatch, maybe as you're dancing around, you maybe only get a glancing blow. But yeah, you just got shot. You see a sort of glancing blow across one arm. Alfie, you take one, maybe it's a slightly lower gut, but not a massive shot, but definitely it's kind of grazed across your side. Barry, you hit the deck like you fold like a cheap suit. You are down on the ground as soon as you can possibly get there. And then as soon as these bullets have rushed past you and say you definitely felt them, they've cut through you and you've been hit. Silence. Apart from then the bits of glass and other furniture around you that sort of falls to the ground on the walls, where the whole walls around you are covered in bullet holes.
How about the guy?
What's the guy?
Do we see him? Did he get shot? Is he down? Is he?
He looks, well, it seems like a little confused as he kind of gets up and continues to walk towards the front door.
Well, Alfie's no quitter. He's gonna he's kind of standing there bleeding. He's just gonna lift the shotgun and try.
Shoot the shotgun!
You're just gonna go around the corner.
His hatch hits the deck. Maybe, I don't know.
Everything ricocheted. Yeah,
a ricochet from one bullet. Some kind of magic bullet. No.
Right? Yeah. Give me a firearms roll.
And I'm diving for the.
Oh my god, that's probably smart. Oh lord. I have a very high. I'm gonna spend the 21 points of luck to make that a success.
Okay. In which case, yeah, give me a damage roll.
Oh lord. How I assume he's within.
He's not point blank, but he's within close range, definitely.
Okay.
Well, so whip out those 4d6.
An awful roll with a couple of ones in there. 11 points.
You actually not killed him. Yay. Okay. he goes down on the ground. Let's see if he can remain conscious. He remains conscious. There is an as he falls face first on the ground. And in that split second, as you've just pulled the trigger, you suddenly realize there's another person standing immediately in front of him. But then as Crazy Man goes down on the floor, you realize that other person that's standing in the lobby area isn't really a person, and actually maybe looks kind of familiar. It's Elvis. Or rather, a bronze full statue of Elvis, life-sized, that's stood on a stone plinth that's in the middle of the lobby, kind of like an art sculpture, but he's facing away from you in that kind of traditional pose, going down to his mic. Yeah,
I got him.
The kind of you hear from the floor,
and he's still alive.
And outside you can hear, what was that? We thought we heard a gunshot. You okay in there? Bang, 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 bang on the door.
Fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm like looking around, expecting. Like I'm like,
it wasn't a gunshot.
I'm peeking up, like bewildered that there are not gunmen that just shot the place up. Like I'm like, what?
Mm. There's nowhere those bullets could have come from, and in fact, as with your kind of analytical mind, it was almost as if there was a circle of people in this room all shooting at each other, or shooting at something in the middle of an otherwise empty room, and you've been caught in the middle of this invisible crossfire. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Give me a sand check.
Yep. And I also failed that one.
Okay, that'll just be 1 point.
All right.
Meanwhile, then, upstairs, as you were saying, yeah, I wonder what's happening downstairs. Thud.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they took care of the lunatic.
Well, we certainly took care of the element of surprise.
From your
Let's just
position,
go quiet.
From your position as well, you've got a good view right the way down this kind of atrium stairwell. So if you wanted to have a look down, you do see a body with a large shotgun blast in the back, lying at the foot of what looks to be Elvis.
And there's a lot more blood on him than the gunshot wound would account for.
Well, at least on his front there would be, but you're kind of seeing him from the back, kind of pointing upwards.
A smell of cordite?
There will almost certainly be that smell wafting up through the air from down below, but almost, like there's a lot of gunfire that just happened down there.
Yeah, that was too much for the three of them and one assailant. That sounded like the cops the hippie's afraid of.
Mm-hmm. I think they're probably not going to suspect anyone coming from upstairs, though. So if we can be quiet about it, Jack, I think we can just get the drop on whatever the hell's happening.
Also, it'd be good to get hands on Sally before the next outbreak of gun violence. So we'll go to 2.
Yeah.
And what was on the map? 2 bedrooms, 2 baths?
There was, let me pull it up.
Yeah.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Yeah.
All right. And this time, yeah. And I'm gonna draw my hunting knife in case another snub-nosed pistol gets pointed at my face. I'd like to be prepared.
Yeah, I've got my pistol out too.
Gotcha. Right, you start heading down, and all around you, the kind of carpets are a nice kind of grey silvery colour, again quite nice and plush. The walls are white papered all around you. Again, it has this kind of nice modern design about the whole place. And all of a sudden, as you are going down the stairs, there is this ripping sound right by your head. And if you even just reflexively turn around and look at it, a whole section of that wallpaper has now just disappeared. And you can see underneath is this really old, kind of tacky 1970s style wallpaper. Looks like willow leaves over a greenish gold background that you are certain wasn't there seconds ago.
And the wallpaper isn't rolled up on the floor or anything.
No, it's almost as if someone has literally gone and torn down this section, and that section has also disappeared.
Ruby, you ever see any Manson family movies? I get a Manson family feeling about this place that I do not like.
Let's do it and get out.
I want to hustle up the hell out of this place.
Yeah. Look, why don't we? You want to divide and conquer floor 2? One of us take 2 bedrooms, one of us take the bedroom with 2 bathrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so those of you going into the bedrooms, then, do you want to give me a spot hidden roll?
Sure. Yeah, that's a success. Regular.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and Jack?
No, we're splitting up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I'll say I'll take bedroom. Oh, they're not numbered.
You take the east one where we came in. I'll go down the hall.
Yeah, that sounds good.
59 is 4 off. I haven't spent any luck yet. I'll spend luck. So
okay.
Regular.
Okay, the 2 of you go in there. These 2 rooms look as though they are completely untouched. So there is only the 1 bedroom that's left, so which you pretty much converge on.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And when you get in there, you don't need a spot hidden roll because you see the bed. It's one of these where the bed itself, if it's laid flat like that, lifts up at one end, so it has storage space underneath. You can see the bed creak down.
Sally.
Kind of opens up again, and a very scared looking 14-year-old with a 19-year-old with a quite large bump around her midsection. Comes clambers on out. Are you from my dad?
Yeah, Big Joe said us. We're really glad to see you, kiddo. You got your phone with you still?
Yeah, I mean it's out of juice, but I've got it.
All right. The lunatic. Our friends might have shot him already, but there's other people in the house. Have you seen anybody else?
I haven't seen anyone, but I've heard some crazy things downstairs.
Yeah, we're hearing that. You heard the gunshots just now, right?
Oh,
did you? I think the whole fucking army did you bring with you?
I'm gonna text Alfie, let him know we found the girl.
Okay. As you bring out the phone to text, from the cupboard in the room, or the wardrobe rather, in this bedroom with you, the door immediately flings open, and what the first thing that kind of runs through your head in that instinctual reaction is cop. The guy's wearing a dark blue uniform. You can see a police badge. He's got a cap that's kind of partly pushed back over his head. He is also holding his stomach where it looks like there's blood pouring through his fingers. And he stumbles forward and kind of falls onto the bed, going, ah!
Yeah. All right. Rue, I'm going to handle this. You take Sally downstairs, maybe? Slow, careful.
Yeah. Come on.
She looks kind of like, where the fuck did he come from? There was no one in here when I came.
Don't worry about that. We're gonna go. It's time to go. Come on.
Okay. Yep. You start leading her out. The cop on the bed, kind of holding his gut, kind of holding this bullet wound that he's got, or some kind of wound anyway in his stomach. Kind of reaches up to you with your bloody hand towards Jack and just says, "I need help, man. I need help. This is real fucking bad."
Yeah, it looks rough, officer. What's his badge look like?
Old. There's definitely something about it which kind of almost has that kind of antique feel about it.
His uniform's polyester. He's got a tie pin.
You called it. Yeah.
Right, and he fell onto the bed onto his back?
Onto his side. So he's kind of looking up at you, kind of this one bloody hand trying to reach towards you.
Yeah.
I don't say it won't require a roll. you are someone that moves in certain circles where you are able to recognize a fairly bad gunshot wound when you see it. Yeah, if or at least a wound, maybe not a gunshot wound. Actually, this maybe looks like something pierced him. That's maybe a bit more vicious than a bullet. If you reckon if he doesn't get first aid within the next minute or so, you're going to be looking at a corpse.
Yeah,
it's really up to you whether you let him live or die.
Big nasty gut shot kind of situation. I think, given that I'm pretty sure he's a 50-year-old ghost, I'm going to roll sanity.
You can certainly give me Sam.
Well, past that with flying colors. I burned a 9, in fact. I'm going to need that 9 later.
Oh no! In which case, I'll give it to you that seeing the wound as well doesn't make you lose any Sam. Yeah, this ain't a gunshot. This is almost like something took a chunk out of his stomach.
Yeah, buddy, what do you get hit with?
He shakes his head. Just wait. Tentacle. The fucking thing latched onto me and it took away part of my gut.
Okay. It's all right, buddy. Lay down here. Lay down. I got help coming on the way. Just take it easy. Do I think a quick slash across the neck with this hunting knife will make his life easier or his parting?
Probably about the same kind of length of time. He's going to bleed out from either up here or down there at this rate.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulder and mutter while I wait for him to finish.
Okay, yeah, he looks up at you still kind of beggingly, but just kind of says between these gasps of breath, tentacle, mouth, tree with mouth. Just done.
Hi, buddy. Thanks.
His eyes roll back.
Jesus Christ. All right. I guess we won't be leaving through the forest. Yeah, and I'm gonna wipe the blood off and hustle downstairs.
Okay.
As I guess Holly, as Ruby was texting, I didn't notice the texting. I just walk over to the stairwell and I say, "We got the fucker." I'll yell that up.
You killed him. All right, we got the girl. Let's roll out of here.
You got her. Let's get
going on. Yeah.
Out of here.
He's not dead. I don't think he's
I don't care. Let's get out of here.
Kick the knife away and then maybe grab a leg to drag him along. I thought Joe wanted him.
We were thinking about
throw him in the.
I was just thinking about this. I just thought of this. So, Keeper,
Yeah.
That Tesla we saw.
Yes.
What kind of a Tesla was it?
I work for a different car company, so I can't remember their models off the top of my head.
However, I mean, is it SUV, sedan? How many does it fit? Is what I'm asking.
It's an SUV. It would hold up to 7.
Perfect. Slight out of game question. Our Teslas, you can hotwire a Tesla, right? Like, there's nothing stopping you from being able to hotwire them as opposed to another car.
I don't know. It might be difficult because
I have 70 in electronics and electrical repair. Would I know with that?
This means that you are more likely to make a hard success than someone who has not got that.
All right. So thinking that I can, do that, I'm going to say, there was a car in the garage. I'm going to get it started. Let's get the girl down there. We can meet up with our other car and ditch this one. And so I'm going to run to the garage. We got 2 other
hostages up in the attic too. I don't know what the hell's going on up here.
By the way, there's something in the fucking kitchen that you do not want to see.
Yeah, there's something
this
up.
Lunatic is a lunatic.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Okay, so 2 other hostages up in the attic.
I mean, he chopped up some guy in the kitchen and was doing some sort of black magic shit.
At this point, because there's obviously this commotion still going on outside, banging on the front door. Yeah. Finally, there's a kind of a heave and another heave, And finally, the front door bursts open, and about 3 of these hippies that have put their combined weight on the front door burst into the lobby. There's a stunned look around them as they're looking at the guy on the floor that's kind of wheezing as he's been kind of barely hanging on to consciousness, having been shot in the back. The statue of Elvis that's kind of looking at them. You lot around here as well. And now you're pointing a gun at the one in front.
Let's say, get the fuck out. Go home.
Give me an intimidate roll.
And meanwhile,
I'm not very good at that at all.
Am I
I'm
able
gonna-
to help with that? Because I also would like to point my shotgun at them.
Meanwhile, I'm not even waiting. I'm going to head straight for the garage to get started on the car.
Oh, okay.
I got 25 out of 15, so I fail.
I was going to say
stealth.
you could have a bonus die if you've got Alfie there with a shotgun as well that's helping you out.
Say,
That's
Otherwise-
worse.
I was to say,
Oh.
otherwise I've passed. So not hard, but just a normal.
I'm not intending to shoot anybody, but I want to tell them to just get the fuck
What
out.
was the name of the hippie woman that Jack and I encountered?
Her
Did we
name,
catch
she
her
said,
name?
she said you can call me Dorothy. In
Okay.
reflection, you may be thinking that maybe not have been her real name.
All right. Well, look, if you're looking for Dorothy, your friend Dorothy, 3rd floor.
Friend Dorothy, the one in front of you, the kind of leader of this of group, kind of looks over and says, we're not here for any Dorothy. We're here for Gaia.
Okay, whatever. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Let's get to the girl and let's go. Whatever these freaks want to do, they can do it.
Okay, so you're now following Barry out towards the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
gonna
call up the
keep
stairs.
dragging.
I'm
sorry.
assuming Jack can hear me. Jack, we're
Mhm.
leaving. Jack, grab the girls from the 3rd floor. Let's get out of here.
We're pulling our little victim here along with
Yeah.
us. We'll tie him up so he can't get away. But
Hey, I thought Barry might have no, Barry's looking for the keys. Does this guy have car keys on him?
I don't know. I'll
No, given-
look.
No, given his current state of mind, he
Yeah.
wouldn't have his car keys on him. You could give me a spot hidden roll to see if you might see where they might be in the house if you just happen to find them.
I'm pretty close, I think. Yeah, I'll spend 4 more points of luck. I don't need them. Yeah, normal success.
In which case, you find there's a lovely little side table
Hey.
in the lobby that has things like a nice little glass fruit bowl on it, which has a set of keys just dumped in there. But you also notice off to the side of that, there's what looks to be an understair, like a little hatch that's also partially open with a light on inside it, and what seems to be a whole load of tools just scattered over the floor, surrounding something metal in the floor.
Oh. Oh, I mean, I can be distracted. Is that a safe?
It is indeed a floor safe, which it looks like someone has tried to jimmy open with pretty much a regular toolkit that they've applied every tool they can think of it to try and get this thing open, and evidently thought after a while, fuck it, and gave up and just left all the tools lying around in there.
Hey, Hatch, look at this botch job.
That. Well, it shows you what happens when you don't have the right tools.
Yeah.
This is a nice place. I wonder what's in there. Maybe we
Yeah.
can find a little payment for hard labor
yeah.
here.
Yeah, maybe once we drop off. We are also bleeding. We should probably drop this guy off.
Give me 30 seconds.
You didn't succeed on your intimidate roll, so those new agers have not fled. They've not, as you said, pissed off and gone home.
Well,
They're kind of congregated by the front door, kind of looking around, and you can hear a few of them kind of talking amongst themselves, going, "You sure this is the place? These don't look like people who are worshiping the Mother Earth, you know? What's going on here? What's going on here, Willow?" And they're all asking questions of the lady up front.
See what you can do to get these people out of here. Just tell them to go home, go leave, or go somewhere else. I'm gonna try to crack the safe.
Give me a locksmith roll. Meanwhile, you've got is Alfie doing anything with the bunch? These new age cults?
Yep. Hatch said tell him to go home. Alfie's gonna go. Gosh, he didn't say not to bring the body. So
I say bring the body.
Okay, he'll drag the body along after him with the shotgun in the other hand.
He's too heavy. Bring his head.
Okay.
So without any difficulty, I get a hard success.
Okay. Right. Yeah, you open it up, and it looks like maybe whoever had a go at this a while back got close, but it's fairly easy for you to get inside here. Inside, yep, definitely a fairly big interior. Contains $5,000 in cash. There's a stash of what looks to be is a bag full of white powder. There's several bottles of pills inside there as well. A load of copies, at least out-of-date copies of Playboy, going back to the early 1970 itself. It wouldn't be early 70s, so it's 1970 itself. And also a book that looks like it's been well thumbed through, a paperback novel called Watchers on the Other Side by Nayland Collum.
So when you say $5,000, is that 5 little stacks of hundreds?
They'll be in hundreds.
Okay. I'll grab those. Alfie's right next to me. So I'll, aren't you?
I went to the front door to tell the hippies to go away. Yeah.
So then I will
pocket it. Yeah. This lady that's in front, Willow, as you've heard her name called. Yeah, she kind of looks at you, committedly putting her kind of arms up. Oh, we don't want any trouble. We don't want any trouble. We're just here to make sure, because we're fairly sure this is the time. We're fairly sure that this is where stuff should be happening by now. All we want to do is observe and make sure that everything going to go as well, really, and that we want to share joy amongst the faithful come here to express their gratitude.
Look, lady.
Yeah, you should go home.
We're the bad guys.
They kind of shake their head. I mean, we don't care what you're here for, unless are you here to welcome her back too?
We're here to take our little girl home.
Little girl.
Yeah.
And you gesture back. The others have gone back towards the garage, and now is probably a good time to cut to them. Right, so the rest of you get towards the door into the garage, which has now, you reckon, has closed behind you as you went on in, and you hear something move in there.
Oh fuck!
And
I got my gun out. Yeah.
There's a very loud stomp, and immediately behind it, another stomp, and this roar and bellow of something huge inside the room, just like multiple mouths have opened and emit this hooting and bellowing sound, echo through the whole house. Something whips around in there. It's as though there's someone's kicking a whole load of stuff over. You hear the sound of metal twisting and grinding. And then the car alarm starts to go off for a brief moment before the horn gets crushed under a giant weight. And then the door itself buckles as something hits it. What do you do?
Let's go out the front.
Fuck!
We're going out the front. I'm dragging the girl behind me. Nope, we're not doing this.
Maybe if I'll run. I'll run to the car and I'll pick everybody up. Fuck. And I'm kind of like heading towards the front door as well, like trying to come up with a secondary plan now that car is getting destroyed.
As we just watch you go by. Hey, Flash. I'm
getting the wheels. Don't go in the garage.
Don't go in the garage.
And is there a way to get out to the front without or are the hippies sort of blocking the exit?
There's about 20 hippies between you and Salvation outside.
Can't we just
Where's the, or is there a back door or a side door?
Ooh, good question.
That's
So we'll see.
because remembering the floor plan, that's my next go-to is just get out of here and get
There
the
is
vehicle.
indeed a back door, which if you were to go turn around 180 from where you were, so in the doorway looking
Mhm.
into the garage, off to your right, there is indeed the back door.
All right, yeah, then that's my plan. I'm gonna sprint, and my hope is that if I run and use all of my might and endurance, then maybe I could get to the car, get it, and get back here to pick everybody else up with Sally.
Okay, give me a spot hidden then as you head out that door.
Sure. Oh, okay. I swear tonight that was another one. Apparently, Flash can see things, and that's all he can do.
Well, this is perfect because you get to see this thing in the second before it vanishes in such glorious detail. You get to make a sand check for it as well.
Oh no. So, oh yeah, what okay. Oh man. Oh, okay. Even though my sanity is abysmal, I pass with a 3. So
Okay, on a pass, it is. He says quickly consulting the rule book. It's a D3 on a pass.
okay.
As what you see crammed into this three bay garage, kind of part in and part out of the remains of the Tesla, is what you could best describe as a tree with 3 legs, and around its mouths are a series, or around its midsection are a series of mouths that have opened wide, bellowing with these huge teeth coming down from it, tongues that writhe and extend outwards, and a series of tentacles that could be under some twisted logic branches that come off the top of it, that are almost trying to rip open the roof of the garage itself, holding bits of the walls of the garage, holding bits of the car. All the mouths in one unison bellow, and then it's gone.
There's probably a moment where I'm just like dumbfounded at what I've just seen, and then I'm like, "Hi, the car behind." Like, I'm like, if I'm behind the wheel, maybe we can get out of here. And we're in worst case, if I'm behind the wheel, I can get out of here. So I'm like, to the car.
Okay, well, you immediately turn, kind of think,
Yeah.
did I? And
Yep.
go, yeah, turn around and directly bump into a man that stood there, or coming around the corner. Rather, you kind of bounce off each other. This man that's looks like he's in his 70s, dressed in outdoor gear. That's currently he looks like he was chewing down on a like a Babe Ruth bar, kind of like the same kind of wrappers that you found out in the woods a little while ago that were scattered around the house, and you kind of bounce off each other.
I'd probably just like scramble back up to my feet and then be like, you got to get the hell out of here, buddy. The shit's going to hell, and I'm gonna start running towards the car.
What? Already? What the hell? I'm late. And he runs past you into the house.
Okay.
Then you take off and
I'm going to the car. Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to be like, yeah, it's like the hippies. We're like, just get the fuck out of our way. We don't care what you do here.
This willow figure again turns towards you. No, we're not harming anyone. All we want to do is welcome her back. That's all we've come here to do.
That's fine. We just got to get. We're not part of this. We just want to get the fuck out of here.
Well, we're not stopping you.
Get out of the way. Yeah, I'll let's go through the front door.
Okay, they part. In which case, they start filing into the room a bit.
Has any of them seen the dead body in the kitchen?
Either that, or they've either seen it or they don't care. But yeah, they start filing in, and you can kind of hear this kind of murmur of, kind of like wonder and awe as they come in. A couple of them. Give me your choice of this. I'll give you 3 options for this: spot hidden, listen, or psychology.
I'm gonna do psychology. No.
Just Hatch or anyone moving toward the front door.
What do you say, Kurt?
Sorry, just Hatch or anyone like moving toward the front door.
I think anyone that's in that
Okay.
immediate area.
Yeah. By the way, I, without being meta, I grabbed the novel too, just because. Hey, what the
Okay.
fuck? I'll read a book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an old paperback, and it.
You said
When I
spot
say
hidden was
old
an
paper-
option.
Yeah,
An
that-
old
that's an
paper.
option. Yeah, look, it looks like
Okay.
probably a paperback made up in the 40s.
Yeah.
It's an old one.
Yeah. I'll pocket the cocaine as well if I can shove it in a pocket.
Another pocket.
Share it with my friends.
Are there steps to this front door?
Yeah, there'll be a couple.
Okay, well the maniac is just kind of bouncing down there behind Alfie because he rolled
Dum, dum,
terribly,
dum,
so
dum.
he doesn't notice a damn thing as he's excuse me, coming, excuse me.
Coming
I
through.
passed my spot hidden.
Okay. Yeah, in which case you catch a couple of looks amongst people that they, a couple of them, as they come in through the front door, are kind of pointing towards the statue of Elvis. But more accurately on a pass, they're pointing to that big stone underneath him and going, that's sacrilege, that is. What, putting that thing on top of an altar like that? What the hell do they think they're playing at?
These people are out of their minds.
Any trouble with the people upstairs, Dorothy and Sally?
No, you were able to start herding them downstairs.
Does Dorothy seem to recognize her pals?
No, Dorothy has no idea who the hell anyone is that's around here. She just wants to get the hell out.
All right, well, let's get the hell out.
Yeah. Front door. You don't even want to know what's in the garage. Let's go.
Yeah, I heard
These
some
freaks are out of their minds.
noises. Anybody got a candy bar for the lady? She's got diabetes.
One or two of them will be able to oblige there. They'll be able to pass you something. As again, they're kind of looking around more in awe as they're looking up into the atrium and looking around this stairwell, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, if there's still a dead cop upstairs, he said you should watch out for trees with mouths. Just so you know.
At this point, I would like to ask who has the lowest luck in the group.
31.
30.
Oh, we have a winner by 1. Anyone else beat 30?
All right.
Could I have an opposed pal roll from you?
Oh, Lord.
My POW is 60. No, that is a 97.
Okay, well, unless I roll 00 because my pal's 105. I rolled 08, so that's a pass. I'm going to send you something to read.
All right.
So, yeah.
Hey, your POW is 60, so at least it's not a fumble, right?
True.
Right? Because it's only 98 through 100 if you're
50 or
above-
lower. Yeah. if you're
Yeah.
over 50.
Yeah, if you're below 50, it's 95 up to 100, right? Yeah.
But it's opposed that he got an 8, so
Fumble could be worse.
ruh-roh.
Right. Meanwhile, so you've got Barry who's running to the car. You can be heading through the trees at this point. Alfie, bump, 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 as you're dragging the guy behind you. Not a problem. Jack, you're leading people out through the front door.
Yeah, I think we're sticking to the driveway, not the forest. After
Gotcha.
what we
Right,
heard.
and then there's Hatch. You're also with the group at the front as well.
Yeah, just gone out the front door.
Okay.
Waiting for Barry to bring the car.
Okay. So while you're all outside, then you hear for a second there's some kind of disturbance back inside. You hear voices being raised of, "Who the hell are you? What are you doing with that? Hey, stop! And there seems to be some kind of altercation going inside, and an elderly male voice saying, "Get away from me, damn it! You don't know what the hell's going on here. You can't let her come back."
Mm.
And it looks like some kind of disturbance is going on in the lobby.
This is like Wacko House.
I'm going to go investigate.
Okay. For you, given what I've just sent to you, he looks considerably older now, but you recognize a person in there as being one of your friends. Man by the name of Frank Mullins, that stood there with what seems to be a hammer and chisel going towards your altar as he's trying to seem to be making some kind of motion like he wants to try and do something to hammer and chisel away at your altar.
I'm gonna pull my gun on him.
Okay, then there's about 3 other hippies which are trying to restrain him at this point. They promptly see the gun and they kind of back off, going, Hey, Miss Wheat, we're not looking for any trouble here.
Of course you're not.
Then,
Get away from it right now.
Hey, Rue, why are you going back? Come on, we got Sally. We got to move.
I have Sally, by the way. I mean, I was holding
Precisely.
on her. Yeah. I'll be there in a minute. I'm trying to take care of these freaks.
Well, let go of Sally first, because
leave
we
the
can go
freaks
to
alone.
the car.
I mean, are you going to
Sally
let her
is-
take Sally?
she's
Sally
with
has a
you,
purpose now. Go and get the car.
Well, the purpose is to give it back to her dad.
Yeah.
No, that is not Sally's purpose anymore. Goodbye. Mr. Mullins, you will step away from this. This is none of your concern any longer.
He looks at you a little bit confused. How do you know my name?
That is of no importance to you.
Who the hell is Mullins, Rue? Come on, we got to move.
You
I'm gonna-
all, and I'm kind of gesturing with my gun to the other hippie, you all, you hold on to Mr. Mullins. You two here, remove this blasphemy from my altar, please. Thank you.
There's a kind of look between them, and then they kind of look at you and look up at Elvis. What, you mean him?
Yes.
They kind of look at it and go, the thing's made of solid bronze. That's going to weigh a lot.
I didn't ask for the specifics of how you would accomplish this. I gave you a task. You may complete it now. Thank you.
Hatch,
Okay,
did she say my altar?
Something like that. I think. What's wrong with Ruby? Let's.
Did she find the deed to the house?
I don't know what she's talking about. Alta. She's talking about the base underneath stupid old Elvis.
I'm going to gesture to some of the other hippies. Deal with the gentlemen at the front of the home, please, that seem intent on disrupting the work here. Be so kind. Thank you.
Alpha, you stay with what's his name. I'm going to walk back up towards the front door.
Yeah.
The work. Yeah, of course, miss, yeah. And as you're heading back up to the front of the house, then Hatch, you're confronted by three hippies, one of them with a guitar over his back. Yeah, we've got a bit of an issue in here. Afraid we can't let you in.
What the fuck are you talking about? Rue.
Come on,
I'm
Joe's
not even
waiting.
looking at you. I'm like observing the work. My back is turned to you.
I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Ruby fucking Campbell. Joe Moore is going to have your ass. Come on, get out of here.
You are free to leave, gentlemen, but do not interrupt my process. Goodbye.
Gentlemen, when the
Your
fuck did she
process.
start calling us gentlemen?
I don't
Guys,
know.
are we getting Sally back or no?
Yeah, we're getting fucking Sally back. Hang on, Alf. You gotta keep it up. Oh, his head. Watch his head there.
Oh,
All right, Hatch. We're gonna grab Sally and get the fuck out of here, and we'll talk to her from the road, right?
Yeah. Maybe she's a little nuts from the house.
I mean, yeah, it's fucking scary in there.
All right.
Um,
So
Yeah, inside you can hear a group of them evidently have gone over to this statue of Elvis, and you can hear heave.
Yeah.
Go, put you back in. Heave.
I'm going to lean in really close to one of the hippies in front of me and put my gun right up against his face like that. Just get the fuck out of my way. I don't want to hurt you.
She might hurt us if we let you in.
Who are you talking about?
We think it's her. We think she's finally come back.
Oh, what are you talking about? That's our friend Brew.
Clarissa, the mother.
Look out of my way. I'm going to shove him out of the way.
Dorothy said something about Clarissa. Clarissa, you pregnant? Dorothy said you were pregnant, Clarissa. Or maybe.
Why are you still here?
Because we got a job to do.
You've been dismissed. Goodbye. There's the door.
We need to take Sally with us. Sorry. Why are you doing this?
It is none of your mortal concern. You may leave now.
Did you guys get into the cocaine or something?
Sally and her unborn child have an important purpose here.
Yeah, they got an important purpose, which is making Joe more happy with a little baby grandchild.
Jack, she's fucking flipped out of her gourd.
Yeah.
I thought I told you to take care of these people, and your gross incompetence clearly is on display here. Escort these gentlemen out of this home now.
He's going to almost stage whisper, but he's got a gun.
Your incompetence is not my problem. Deal with it.
I'm just going to force my way forward and grab a hold of Sally's. Is she standing or laying down?
She's standing, but she's kind of almost being like held Stretch Armstrong style between you and Ruby.
Then I'll put my gun away and grab Sally around the waist and pull her away.
Give me an opposed strength roll against Ruby then.
I got a 28 out of 65, so that is a hard.
Nah, I failed that.
Okay, Ruby is wrenched from your grip.
Sally
is.
I'm gonna push.
Oh, Sally's wrenched from. Ruby.
I'm gonna push Sally then into Jack's hands.
Yeah. All right.
And
I draw my gun on you then. It's pointed straight at you now. Let the girl go.
I'll pull my gun out too. What are you doing, Ruby? Have you lost your fucking mind?
At that moment, the heave and the statue of Elvis falls like a tree hitting the deck. At that moment, a couple of things happen simultaneously. There's kind of a look that kind of almost like a veil that just lifts over Ruby's eyes. Ruby, the effect that was on you is now no longer in effect because the person that was in there is now floating above the altar. For everyone else, you see a female figure literally appears through a rip in space and time above the altar. She is dressed like a hippie. She has got a band across her head. Her hair is flowing wildly. She has this tremendous grin upon her face as she just casts her arms wide, and the entirety of the lobby walls start to catch fire. The statue of Elvis itself that hits the ground starts to bubble, and the bronze melts and starts to burn through the floor. At this point, Barry, you are pretty much pulling back up out the front with the car.
Yeah. I probably, wave Alfie to get in, and I'm like, where the hell are the others? I thought we had her. What's going on?
They went in to get Sally again, and oh man, there's gonna be blood all over this. We're gonna have to burn this one.
Go and help
Go,
them.
Jack, go.
I'll keep the thing ready.
Okay.
We're actually out of the front door now.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's you and Ruby are kind of stood in the front doorway as this is kicking off behind you.
Go, Jack, go!
Get the hell in here! Come on! I honk the horn a little bit.
Sanity checks or
yeah, definitely.
Fail.
That's an 01. I'm apparently unbothered by it.
You instinctively know that bitch has finally come out of your head because she is now over the altar. So you are free again and in control of your faculties.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. I don't know what this is. Let's get out of here. That altar. I don't know what she's going to do with that altar, but she's going to try to get blood on it. I don't know what's going on.
I failed my sanity roll, so seeing her
D4 for you.
And for success,
3.
Success 0.
Do I need to roll from out in the car or no?
You can see through the front doorway, so yeah,
All right.
give me a roll.
I might go crazy.
And if Ruby dives for me
God.
and I'm busy looking at the altar, then she probably
All right.
grabs me and shoves past me, and I go with her.
This dice has a 50% chance of the getaway driver going definitely insane from hitting floor. 50%
Come
not.
on.
What's
Come
the,
on.
what's the
I'm
failure
going insane.
damage?
Right.
Failure was
something
D4?
D4 on a fail.
Okay, thank you.
Pass is 0. So Barry, in your moment of craziness, there's something about this figure that's floating above the altar, this smile that just radiates kind of security and calmness and like motherly love. And you instinctively feel that there is something about her you can latch onto and you will feel safe with. You bolt into the house looking to give this motherly figure a big hug.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start running in.
Elfie, can you get Sally buckled into the car while we whack Barry over the head?
Alfie's looking deeply confused. What's the temporary insanity? Is it still 5? I always forget.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
5
It's,
of 1.
it's
Perfect,
5,
yeah.
or if you pass your floor.
Okay, yeah, and he'll get out of the car. He was just kind of buckling into the passenger. He'll get out and go up. Excuse me, Miss Moore. This way, please.
There you go, Sally. We're gonna get you out of here. I know it's confusing.
You kind of hear a muttered, "You're telling me."
And if Barry's running towards Rue and I as we're coming out the door, I'm like, where the fuck do you think you're going?
I'm just like, I'm like mindlessly walking. Like I'm not there.
Look, listen to me, Hatch. Listen to me, Hatch. There's something going on with that altar, though. They're going to do something with that altar. I don't know what's going to happen, but if they get any blood on it, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we need to just get out of here or stop whatever's happening.
Barry, no, come on, Flash. Come to your senses, or I'll whack you.
He's run past you. He's
you're gonna have to whack
Oh.
me.
What's the altar made out of, Rue?
Big lump of stone.
Stone, yeah.
But are you gonna stop me, Hatch, or no?
If Barry tries to go past me, I'm going to whack him on the head.
Okay.
Not really hard, but hard enough to bring him to his senses.
She wants to reconsecrate it or whatever. And she needs blood.
Yeah, there's a lot of hippies in there. They're full of blood. The kitchen's full of blood. The house is full
Maybe
of blood.
we should just get the hell out of here.
We got the girl.
What about
We-
Flat?
We're gonna leave Flash.
So am
No,
I able
I've
to
grabbed Barry and I've hit him on the
Yeah.
back of the head with my gun.
All right,
Just
then let's get out of here. I don't.
So in that case, let me just make sure I'm getting the description right. You've got everyone is either exiting the house or is pulling others and exiting the house. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
correct.
You hear behind you a scream and a wet thud, as it sounds like someone has just had their head smashed on that altar.
Let's go.
There is
Nails,
the
let's go.
sound. There is the sound of thunder suddenly claps overhead in this otherwise what would have been a nice, almost cloudless, sunny sky, and yet thunder shakes the very air itself. The trees all start to writhe around you as if a massive wind has just blown over the area. But you're able to bundle into the car without any difficulty.
Okay, we grab Barry and pull him along.
Yep, you managed to get him and throw him in the driver's seat, or well, do you throw him in the driver's seat or do you
No,
throw him
back seat.
throw him in another seat? Okay. So who gets in the driver's seat?
I'm an all right
assuming-
driver. I don't trust Rue. I don't trust Barry. Alfie, we don't let Alfie drive. It's you and me, Hatch.
Well, I'm throwing Barry in the back, so
All right, I'm taking
Drive,
the wheel.
Jack, drive.
You're
Just
driving,
right on
Jack.
top of the body.
Right, Jack, you can give me a drive auto roll.
and I'll be like, Barry, I'm sorry I whacked you.
I'm just out of it.
This is an appropriate time to spend 12 luck to have a successful drive auto roll.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, you basically gun the car, and you start going into the tree line, or at least when I say tree line, you pass out of the clearing, following the driveway as it heads towards the road. You've got about half a mile to go, and the trees come in above you, forming almost a canopy, so it's almost like going through a tunnel, and the road, or at least the sky above you rather, starts to get rather dark, as if there's cloud cover has just suddenly rolled in. But it's not just clouds. You can see, if you look up above you, that there's some kind of grey mist that is now starting to descend through the tree canopy. And through that canopy, you can see there are things moving. And finally, as you bound round one corner, as you've got your foot not quite almost pedal to the metal, but taking it still relatively calmly, a large tentacle forces its way from the sky, pulls up one of the trees and throws it across the driveway at you. You can give me another drive auto roll, please, and everyone else give. In fact, that and everyone give me a sanity roll.
Sanity first. Oh, I should have done drive first. That was a 5.
I am still insane. I'm like, why'd you do that, Hatch? We were safe back there.
Sounds like everyone failed the sand roll.
No, I aced the sand roll. Sadly, I did not ace the drive roll.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, that's a good.
Right,
that's a combo.
On the plus side, it's only a D3 if you pass the sand roll. For everyone else that failed it, it's a D10.
Ooh.
Oh, God, only 4.
9. Oh, ouch.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 3, 4.
Still holding it
I'm
together.
definitely, I'm out.
And I passed that intelligence roll with flying colors.
Right, yeah. In your mind, yeah, something just clicks in. Maybe it's a residual of having been possessed by Clarissa. That Shub-Niggurath herself is manifested above you and is now starting to tear apart the ground as this ripping time is allowing the Mother Earth to seep into the area. So yeah, congratulations! You meet face to face with someone else's god, at least the god of the person that possessed you. And yeah, there's an almighty crash as the car rams into one of these tentacles, is promptly picked up by it and then dropped. You can feel the axle break underneath you. The tires pop and the car lands on its side. You all take in the car then you take 4 points of damage each. There is to say, a mighty old thud as the car crashes down to the ground, and this tentacle then pulls up back up into the sky.
And even if we could get the car back horizontal, it's not moving.
You do not think this thing is going to be drivable.
Yeah.
And I'm seriously injured.
I told you we were safe back there. She could have protected us from these things.
I've flung open, if there's a way to get out, because I'm sure everything's like dented and broken or whatever, I'm going to crawl out and run toward it, like my arms outstretched to the sky.
Ruby! It is the sky around you is all the manifestation of the goddess. So you've got plenty of places to run to. You can see there are other of these large tentacles coming down from the sky. There is the occasional swoop of a hoof that comes that kind of breaks the cloud cover. What looks to be a giant mouth that opens as it just takes a large chunk out of a tree around you. Yeah, there is so much goddess-dio around here.
Okay, Alfie, we're going to pull Sally out of the car. We're going to walk back to the street. This is going to stop. And we're going to get a bonus, because they're not going to get paid.
I like what you're saying to me, Jack. I'm pretty banged up, but I'll do the best I can.
Yeah. It's all right. Just a couple of reps. They grow back.
Miss Moore, maybe don't look up.
She's already kind of going, she's already looking up, her eyes wide, her mouth open, and just drool coming out either side.
He's gonna try and do the eye thing of ugh.
Right, you have a choice here. I'd say you lot. I'd say Ruby only has a luck choice in this matter because you're not really dodging. You are saying, "Come take me, my goddess." Everyone else gets a choice of whether they want to roll luck or dodge.
I actually passed that at
Dodge.
28 out of 30.
Okay.
I succeeded. No matter which one it was, I succeeded
Okay.
with a 35.
Luck is a lady.
Normal dodge.
Luck be a lady tonight.
Fail. 70.
Right. In which case, then, as the lot of you are having finally climbed out of the car, Hatch is trying to get himself on his feet and sees another tentacle starting to come down towards Ruby, and maybe in a last effort tries to and push her aside. This tentacle wraps itself around him and pulls him up into the sky with a scream. There is just this cacophony of screaming echoing throughout the woods and coming from the house behind you as well, as a lot of people back there are seemingly being torn apart, or at least having something rather nasty happening to them.
I did an extra luck roll to see if both the cocaine and the wads of cash would fall out of my clothing. So they do.
Hey!
Raining money.
Raining money and white powder everywhere. Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, it wasn't safe back there. It's not safe anywhere.
I feel a lot more motivated all of a sudden.
I feel so incredibly focused right now. Yeah. And yeah, between this maybe doesn't knock through to your senses, but you realize that you had a manifestation of the goddess in front of you, and yeah, she just either didn't see you or didn't care about you. So you end up running forward, trying to grab and hug any other tentacle you can find. As joining the rest of your group, you are driving headlong forward down the drive. Can I have a group luck roll? So whoever has the lowest luck.
So I'm gone, right?
30.
I'm gone.
You have gone to be a morsel for the god, or goddess rather.
34. No luck.
Okay. In which case, after a little while, you can find that she's not gone dead weight, but yeah, poor little Sally has just the drool is kind of, you think it might be a more permanent thing. As she's looking around, her little mind has just snapped completely. There is no one home now. You run between you as a group, dodging these tentacles, dodging this insane mass that keeps coming down from the sky, picking up trees, throwing them across your path, throwing them towards you. And then, almost seemingly out of nowhere, you pass through what you might feel something like a barrier of some kind. It almost feels like you pass through a wall of denser air, and you rush out, and you're at the roadside. The skies are clear above you, and the sound is behind you is gone. There is now nothing that would imply that there's any kind of chaos behind you whatsoever. And yet you're out on the main road.
Well, the good news, Elfie, is that we technically have succeeded. The bad news is that sunshine here.
What?
Barry, you feel a little better.
No, I'm not feeling better. What is?
It's because of the car.
He does like cars.
Sally. Oh no. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll just I'll carry her.
You know,
I
maybe
feel like Moore's not going to be happy about this.
No, maybe the kid will be all right though.
It was like that when we found her.
She was. How you feeling, Rue?
Yeah.
You've got the guy that did it to her, so you can beat the.
I'm sure that guy's dead, right?
We left him in the car. Actually,
I'm not
Barry,
feeling so
there's
hot,
still a
Jack.
little bit of him on you.
Let's go home. I'm not feeling so great.
I mean, wait, we got her? What
We got about 2/3 of her. Again, there's no reason to assume that the unborn is damaged, or is there?
let's just get out of here before more tentacles come out of the sky.
Well, we got it. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, are we lucid anyway?
Something was going on in that house. Those hippies, some drug. I don't know. Something in the air, something in the, I don't know.
You hear a beep beep of a car coming around the corner. Looks like it's an old 1950s Plymouth Fury. Nice cherry red. The driver pulls over to you. It's like, hey, you in need of a ride?
Is it the guy or is it just some random person?
It's a random guy.
Okay. Thought it was the old guy again. We're like,
No.
You know what? I think we could indeed use a ride.
Yeah, where are you heading?
Just into town, not that far.
Perfect.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, so jump on in. Maybe a bit of squeeze with 4 of you in the back, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll give Sally the front seat because
Yeah, the driver kind of looks go up and down. Is she okay?
No.
It's been a rough day.
Yeah, this is.
Sorry about any blood we get all over.
Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, do you guys need an ambulance or a hospital or something?
Sorry, we were in a car
Just a
crash.
ride.
It'll be fine.
Just a ride
right.
to town. Be great.
Sure. He kind of looks you all up and down a bit, kind of half an eyebrow raised as he takes in the scene, but then sure, I'll drive. He kind of flicks on the radio and starts driving. And yeah, the sounds of 1970s rock and roll start to come over as you roll into town. As news reports come over the airwaves about how the war in Vietnam is progressing, and yeah, you arrive to what seems to be at first a nice little retro scene, and realize that you're maybe not in Kansas anymore. Welcome to the 21st of June, 1970. And that is where we'll bring the curtain down and leave it there.
Excellent.
God, that was insane.
Yeah. So what was going on?
So
Gotta know.
crazy.
Right. The reason why the scenario is called Fallout.
It's marijuana.
Marijuana does not do this to you. I don't know what you're smoking.
It was not the drugs. This was literally the fallout of a ritual gone wrong. That what had happened back in 1970, or at least going back maybe a year or so before that, back in the late 60s, a cult had taken over this old house that were dedicated to Shub-Niggurath, and they were run by their leader, Clarissa. And they started basically to fuel their habit and lifestyle, and basically to operate as a functional group in society that basically could buy stuff and not have to steal everything they needed. They funded their lifestyle by selling drugs. Except this brought them to the attention of this lovely group, the DEA and the police, which kind of threw a spanner in the works by raiding the house. And Clarissa decided the one place that they wouldn't ever look for her was in the future. So she petitioned her goddess, Shub-Niggurath, to take her, and if she could, any of the rest of the cult, forward in time. And she worked on the basis that the more sacrifices that she could give, the further ahead of the jump would be. She managed to get 7 people in the end, which she sacrificed on that altar. Squared 49 years, would then open a gate and take her forward. Except she kind of screwed up the ritual, and it wasn't just her that went through. It wasn't any of the other members of her cult either. But it was a whole load of little shards of the moments in time that led up to that ritual being cast, which bled over into the house and the surrounding area. So you had elements of the gunfight that took place when the police turned up, the shootout that happened. You had the Dark Young that turned up that she and the group summoned to smash on the car and try and get rid of the cops. You had one of the injured cops turn through. One of the other cultists who didn't know that their time gate was being activated appeared upstairs. Dorothy, she instantly gave you the name that she could think of, and she thought Dorothy Sayers as just a fiction author that she pulled out of her head. And all these little bits and pieces of disjointed time and literally temporal fallout that was cast through this rift, until finally Clarissa turns up. She had a little foothold into the world early on through Ruby. Had a few moments of possession there where she was trying to ease the way back and kind of de-sacrilege her altar. that had Elvis put on it, because the new owner of the house had basically found that old stone out in the woods and gone, that would be a great thing to put the statue of my king on. Of course, wheels it in, pops the bronze full life statue of him on there, and he starts having all these weird dreams about 6 months ago, when the turn of the year happens, past the winter solstice, and the lead up to the point when the gate will become active. And his mind has just completely shattered after just this constant erosion of sanity over the last 6 months. So he kidnaps 3 people from the surrounding area, which just so happened to include your boss's daughter, and was planning on using them one by one as sacrifices to this altar, to his god, which he was kind of conflating Elvis as God in his mind, going the king, which you can potentially throw in there as a kind of, for those of you that are looking at it with a mythos lens, you can look at it as being, hang on a minute, a king, maybe a yellow king perhaps, that you might go down a blind alley when he's referring to that. But no, it's just his crazy mind trying to interpret all these dreams that he's being given. And again, this temporal disturbance that he's experiencing, thinking, I can appease God if I give the altar enough blood. And then you guys get thrown into the mix. You have one of the cultists, the one who was mentioned in the opening handout for having gone to Arkham Sanitarium. He got out a few years ago, and there was another research. If you'd followed up on the name in there of the guy himself, you would have found he had been on basically like an interview with a crackpot journalist publication that was run by Willow. And she had gone to the house looking for this moment when this cultist was supposedly coming back to Earth, or coming forward into the future from the past. And she had gathered her own little following around her to help welcome Clarissa back to the world, hoping to bask in her glory, and instead just got more blood to be used on the altar. Rawlins was a previous member of the cult that was there back in the 70s who had escaped, and he had come back to try and stop Clarissa arriving back. He was planning on trying to carve an elder sign into the altar, which would have done nothing. But you would have heard, obviously, someone going away with a hammer and chisel through the house, so he would have been blatantly obvious to find if he had got in there and been able to do it. But you had a whole load of hippies in the way anyway, so they kind of stopped him for you. So there's a whole load of this time disturbance, these other random factions which are coming in, and potentially ultimately getting you stuck in the moment when she reappears, and as then getting sucked through the gate to kind of take her place back in the past.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
It's a as indeed someone took words right out of my mouth there in the chat. A glorious clusterfuck is indeed the best way to describe this.
It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Our players included Holly Buto, John Dos Passos, Nathan Decker, David Gasaway, and myself, with Matthew Sanderson as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Riley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.